Welcome back to Wave of Docker, Weekly Music episode 36. 5 albums this week, and just some really great stuff. We have, I forget. I'll let the guys take it away. But yeah, 5 albums this week. It's really hot in my room right now, and I'm uncomfortable. On to the guys. Album number 1 of the week, Debut by Bjork, came out in 1993. This is the first of Bjork that I've listened to. Obviously, I know who she is. She was in The Northman by Robert Eggers, fantastic film. And I recently found out, as of listening to this album, that she was in Sugar Cubes, an album I listened to last week, 2 weeks ago, and reviewed when I was on my sort of, Sundays, Mazzy Star, Cranberries, that sort of kick, Hope Sandoval, whatever. But yeah, that's a fun little fact. Bjork, Icelandic artist. But yeah, I thought this album was fantastic. Her voice is incredible. There are some really nice horns in here. The production and just like the instrumentals on this were fantastic. And like I said, like her voice is just so iconic. Like the Icelandic accent. I think it's just such a it just elevates her game a little bit. I sound like I'm talking about like an NBA player. But yeah, man, I thought this album was really fun. I want to listen to more Bjork because now that I know she's in the Sugar Cubes, I'm like, oh shit, like, damn. I don't know whatever I'm saying here, but yeah, Debut by Bjork. I'm gonna go 87 hot dogs out of 100 for this album. It was great. I want to listen to more Bjork and more Sugar Cubes because both those albums were fun. Great voice, good production, good instrumentals, good album. On to the next one. Album number 2 of the week, The Smiths by The Smiths. Came out in 1984. I've listened to The Smiths before. I listened to The Queen is Dead and a compilation album by them. John Peel Sessions, blue cover, whatever the hell. It kind of looks like Newt from Maze Runner. That's my comparison. But yeah, the Smiths are fantastic. Obviously, incredibly iconic indie rock group. And yeah, I mean, Morrissey's voice is like one of the more iconic voices, I think, in music. Is that crazy to say? Like his kind of like I said, like that like whiny sort of, not droning, but just he has that sort of whine to it that just sort of, I keep saying sort of, that works really well with the guitar and the rest of the instrumentals with other albums, and it's very iconic. This Charming Man, one of the most, popular songs by them on this album. I Don't Know You Anything Now. I Don't Know You Anything Now. I Don't Know You Anything. One of those two titles. One of my favorites off of this. Slower, I like it. Really good yearning music. And I love to yearn. I love to long. I do both those things very frequently, so this was a great album to listen to. I'm going to go 90 hot dogs out of 100 for The Smiths by The Smiths. On to the next album. Album number 3 of the week, Beats and Breaks from the Flower Patch by Kitty Craft. Came out in 1998. I listened to another Kitty Craft album earlier in the year, a few months ago. And I liked them a lot. I was in my, I'm still in that era, but, just looking for that more, like that indie pop, floaty, dreamy pop, the Sundays, I've talked about this a million times. Like, that's the genre that I'm fucking with right now. And it's dope, and it makes me feel great, and it just kind of elates me overall. And Kitty Craft is great. They were at Clairo's, I think night 1 of her concert tour for Charm. Go Clairo. So that's cool. Worlds colliding there. But yeah, this album was, very similar to the one I listened to before. I think it was called Catskills. And yeah, it was great. I love Kitty Craft. I'm gonna dive deeper into this rabbit hole or this cat hole. That sounds weird. If you catch my drift. That also makes it sound weirder. But yeah, this was fun. Like I said, dreamy pop. I wouldn't say like psych pop, but it has that sort of like. What am I trying to compare this to? Not like Cocteau Twins. Like that's. It gets a little bit more. What's the word? Mesmerizing, I guess. Like it feels like it's dreamier than regular dream pop, I'd say. Like it has that. It kind of floats a little bit more, and her voice is. Her name. What's her voice? Whatever. I'll put it up on the screen. I'm blanking. I just saw it 2 seconds ago and I blanked on it. But she just kind of elevates a little bit, and I enjoy that factor of her voice and how it mixes in with her production. Neat album. I like Kitty Craft. Good stuff. I'm going to go 86 hot dogs out of 100 for Beats and Breaks from the Flower Patch. On to the next album. Album number 4 of the week, Court and Spark by Joni Mitchell, came out in 1974. I'm familiar with Joni Mitchell. I have not listened to anything by her recently, although I'm sure I've heard some of her songs before. Not on my playlists or anything that I'm, listening to frequently. But I was watching TikTok and I came upon a video where this guy was suggesting stuff to listen to if you like Charmed by Clairo. And obviously I do, right guys? So yeah, I checked this album out and it was awesome. Like I totally see the potential inspiration that Clairo may have drawn from this album. I mean, Clairo is a huge music head, which you mean you kind of have to be. Like she's like a producer, brained artist. And yeah, there's just hella vibes on this album that I'm just like, yeah, I'm getting that. Like the horns, the guitar, her very cheery, like folky, like indie sort of vibe that she's going with the vocals. I really got that from this album. Just super dope. And I can see why she's sort of like regarded as one of the great songwriters of her time. Like it just has this sort of cheery, but like it's like perfect for fall. Like I definitely would like respin this record. I'm saying spin, listen to it on my headphones. Replay this record once fall comes around. It's coming up, so that's exciting. Get excited about that. But yeah, I thought this album was a lot of fun and just really nice to listen to. She has a very lovely voice, and her production, it just has it gets you going, gets you going. I'm gonna go 86 hot dogs out of 100 for Court and Spark by Joni Mitchell. On to the next album. Album number 5 of the week, Take a Picture by Margot Gurion, came out in 1967. Another album so this artist was just suggested to me a few weeks ago via Spotify's like album picks, and then it re-entered my sphere of album selection through that video I talked about in the past album by Joni Mitchell, by a guy on TikTok who was suggesting albums similar to the sound that Clairo has on Charm, like that really like soulful, jazzy, kind of funky, like indie pop. So I listened to this album, Take a Picture of Margot Gurion, and it was exactly that. I thought the horns on this album were fantastic. I have not checked anything from Margot before, but I'd like to after this, especially because this album was fantastic. I thought her voice was incredibly lovely. It definitely has that funky, soulful feeling that I've come to love so much, especially just from Charm. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes me happy. This is a happy week in tunes. So I did Kitty Craft, I did Margot Gurion, Joni Mitchell. Who else did I listen to this week? I forgot. But yeah, Take a Picture by Margot Gurion. Great album. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go 84 hot dogs out of 100 for Take a Picture by Margot Gurion. On to the next album. On to the dude. That's right. And now I'm back. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Week in Music. As always, leave albums and pieces of music in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.